Stella discovers gravity by Martin Borger. Ever since she was a little girl, Stella had loved science. She loved watching birds feed their young. She enjoyed observing squirrels hunt for acorns. She kept a notebook showing changes in the weather. She read books about earthquakes. She read magazines about space. She got her best grades in science too. Science experiments were Stella's specialty. She loved to think up new experiments. She did experiments whenever she could, even if they didn't always work out very well. Sometimes she made quite a mess. Last year, Stella was studying crickets. She wanted to know what kind of food they liked best. She bought crickets at the pet store. She set up a cricket cage with 3 balls inside. The first ball had apple slices, the second ball had banana slices, and the third ball had lettuce. Stella left the crickets alone with the food. When she came back later to see which food they had eaten, Stella discovered that she had forgotten to put the lid on the cage. Instead of eating, the crickets had escaped. They hopped all over the house. Her mom wasn't very happy, and her dad was pretty upset. It took him hours to catch all the bugs. Stella let them loose in a local park, promising never to bring the crickets into the house again. Most of Stella's experiments weren't as disturbing to her family, however. Once, she did an experiment with flowers. She wanted to figure out where they would grow best. Stella planted flowers in 3 different places outside. She planted some by the fence. She planted some by the garage. She planted some by the front door. She watered the flowers every day. She discovered that the biggest flowers grew beside the garage. Stella told her mom what she had learned, so they planted a garden beside the garage. Thanks to Stella's experiments, the flowers were beautiful. At school, science was Stella's favorite subject, of course. She liked her teacher, Mrs. Dobbs, too. One morning, Mrs. Dobbs announced that the class was going to have a science fair. Stella was so thrilled that she almost jumped out of her chair. To enter the fair, you need to do an experiment, Mrs. Dobbs explained. And you need to demonstrate your experiment to the class. The best experiment will win a prize. Stella couldn't wait to start, but first she had to come up with an idea. It couldn't be just an idea. She wanted to win, so her idea had to be the best one. Stella started thinking about possible experiments on the walk home from school. First, she passed the park. She saw squirrels running up and down the trees' trunks. Stella knew a lot about squirrels, but she couldn't think of a good experiment using them. She certainly couldn't catch one. That would be dangerous. And even if she did, she couldn't take it into the school. What if it escaped? The crickets had been enough trouble. Now, you can stop the video and go to your practice book, page 4. You will find some questions. The first question says, read page 16. Look for information about what Stella is thinking or feeling. Write her thoughts in the thought bubble. Start with I. as if you are Stella. Remember, all the characters might not know what she's thinking. So, I'm giving you now 3 different answers. You just have to choose the correct one and write it on your practice book. So, we come up with the next question. This is question number 2. It says, think about the information of the thought bubble. How does the information help you to understand the plot of the story? Going back to what is a plot, let me just look for some resources that we have in the internet. So we have some different examples. Let's find this one. The series of related events that make up the story. So what would be the related events that make up the story of Stella? Remember to write the correct answer in your practice book.